Well, now, after the incredible DVD 5 Redux that we got yesterday, I may be tempting fate here. But after finishing up the most recent batch of Andor episodes, I decided I feel like doing a Hovind video. So we're going to go for another one and do the open mic from last night. Why this one? Just want to see if anything special happens in it. Skimmed ahead a bit, and it looks like he decides to just go on and whack Simon down again because he seems to have at this stage a few videos he defaults to whenever anything is going on that he wants to be able to jump away from easily. I guess. I don't know. What I do know is we're just going to go at it. It's a Friday afternoon, Friday evening. I got nothing better to do. I decided to do this. But hey, if I do it now, I do it now. Can move on to the next stuff later. Let's get to it. Fire up the open mic. There we go. Maximize, double check everything is copacetic. All right. We are ready to roll.
Good evening, folks. Ken Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. Beautiful out there today. It is, May the 8th, 2025. We're on a bunch of different channels. On Facebook, a whole bunch.
Let's note that he didn't bother to mention the importance of May 8th, 2025 as being, as I mentioned yesterday, the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II in Europe. That was when Germany officially surrendered. So a very, very nice day in world history.
A bunch of people watch there. And Rumble. Now, the Twitter, they took us down for a week again. They called it hate speech. We never did tell us what.
Oh man, you have to do a lot at this stage to get kicked from X for hate speech. Kent, if you can't understand what you say is hate speech, then there's no hope for you. They didn't tell us what. It's like, can you not put two and two together?
Chinese communists ought to know about hate, if anybody knows about hate, okay?
Just out of nowhere. How does that tie together?
At Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. Beautiful out there today.
Oh, hell.
It is,
I jumped the whole way back.
Hate speech. We never did tell us what. Chinese communists ought to know about hate, if anybody knows about hate, okay?
He just out of nowhere brings up China. China. Okay, Kent.
Anyway, so we're off for, why don't you just all go get the app, okay? We're on Instagram. Let's see. Get the app, Kent Hovind TV. It's free. Somebody else has to pay $6,000 a year to keep us on there.
Yeah, which is exorbitant. But hey, y'all are the ones who chose Lightcast to do this crap. Also, you constantly bringing it up. Not the best look, bruh. I don't complain about how much it costs to keep Zadara.com and the services hosted on that particular server platform running. It's not that much, but it's also not cheap. I could do it cheaper, but there's reasons why I do things the way I do. That's neither here nor there. Also, if it was so important to you, it would be smart to just move everything to the apps, but you know nobody's going to watch there. So let's hit at everything everywhere and then complain when our shit gets taken down. Yep. Victim complex.
But if you want to help with that, see Joseph. What's the other thing, Joseph? Oh, finish the arc? I'll talk about that in just a minute. Anyway, we believe evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religious cult in the history of humanity. Call in tonight. Prove me wrong.
There we go. There's some people. I was wondering, if the stream was just like, is the stream not going out? Am I broadcasting to the ether? Is something going wrong? Is just God telling me to shut up? As if so, is a pretty weak signal. Welcome, everybody.
Open mic here. Let's see. Go to drdino.com where it's got all the channels we're listed on. Go find us on someplace on there. Okay, or come visit Dinosaur Adventureland. Download the app. Watch everywhere you go. Never miss a show. You can like us, subscribe, comment. I guess that does something for Al Gore, doesn't it? Or something. Yeah, okay. That's what his rhythm, yeah.
I'm too tired to comment about the boomer ass joke that he always does there, or even just the subscribe button. It doesn't bring me any joy today. And I mean, Dino Lamp is long dead. They might as well take it down.
Help us to open for free. 777 Club. You can join the chat call. Bobby, Joseph's wife, 855 Big Dino, extension 1. Or email her, Dr.
Bobby is Joseph's wife. Oh, good lord. That explains a lot. Oh, fuck.
Dino Secretary at gmail.com. There's our website, drdino.com. Open for 9.06 years now. Thousands of visitors come through here just because folks help support us. We
Indeed. Open mic as long as you agree with Hovind.
got about, 25 people on our staff we got to feed here. How much was the food bill today for the animals? Almost $1,000? Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Maybe you shouldn't have those animals if you don't want to pay to feed them. On a completely unrelated note, I have a turtle to the left of me. No, I'm not kidding. There's a turtle there. I think he's a boy.
They're friendly though. As long as you got food, okay? Come on, get our creation series on 18 hours for $50. By the way, I'd recommend you get DVDs, even though you can get stuff online. I know. Wait till that gets shut off. Get your little DVD player for $29 at Walmart and get stocked up on good DVDs. They can't shut that one off for you. Okay.
Okay, Kent. Does that go with Jim Baker's bonus buckets? Come with a DVD player?
Get our series on What on Earth.
Also, people can just download the videos. It's not hard. Even total idiots figure out how to download videos.
Is about to happen. The book and the video series and the chart behind me and the small version of it, all on drdino.com. Okay, we want to wrap the van. Stephen told me he found somebody today that can do that. Do you know about that, Joseph?
Good point, Mapleson. 25 staff? Sounds like employees there. And Otaku, yes, this definitely qualifies as taking a break from cleaning. That's why I'm streaming, actually, to take a break from cleaning. Making it as hard as possible to clean up this mess. Because everything gets a little trashed around here over the course of the work week. When he said it was expensive to feed the animals, I thought he meant his crew. Oh, man, I missed an opportunity there.
The van, I mean, we sold the van, but we want to wrap the Toyota. I like the Toyota Prius. 320,000 miles on that thing. And it runs like brand new. I wouldn't be afraid to drive it to Chicago. Well, I don't want to go to Chicago, but I drive it a long ways. Okay, let's see. I want to put a wrap on there. I want to put a wrap on the truck.
Hey, I went through Chicago. I didn't die.
Chevy Silverado, that's all I got.
Then again, I've got like +5 points against being in a terrible city because I'm from Memphis. I mean, I'm hanging around in the bad parts of Milwaukee like it's a normal day. I'm like, this is a bad area? What the hell are you talking about? Seriously, when I was in Milwaukee, a local was like, hey, this is a bad area. And I'm like, really? I don't see it.
240,000 miles. Just pretty much brand new, I've never had a new car in my life. Let's see. Hey, downtown Lenox has 4 buildings, a church on one corner, and a bank.
I was going to bring that up, Claude, that, yeah, the wedding ring is most definitely gone now.
And store on the other corner, the community center, and this empty building. I asked the guy who owns it, a friend of mine in California, if he would let us put a sign on there. He said, sure. We just got it up today. What do you think? Did you see it? There it is.
Dinosaur Adventureland, where God gets the glory for his creation. Free, it says up there. 1 mile on the right, 488 Pearl Lane, 855 Big Dildo, drdino.com, and of course, like a boomer, he has to capitalize all that stuff. Camping, fishing, 5 zip lines, water slides, rock climbing, massive Noah's Ark, petting zoo, Jeep tours, free lunch. Just go there every day and get a free lunch. Like, hey, your sign advertises it. Home to Genesis Baptist Church, open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Other days and times upon request. And that evolution, God, he even has to put it there. He literally worships the idea of religion, of evolution being a religion to argue against. That he's just so obsessed. It'd be beautiful if it wasn't so nightmarishly weird.
Joseph, it's not showing. Oh, okay.
Oh, shut up, Hovind. You don't know shit. Joseph's not showing. It's fucking showing. Quit barking orders to people, even if it is Joseph. He deserves better than that.
Coming. Got to warm up the projector. Okay. Anyway, you could drive down and see the store, right? Now, the Noah's Ark is coming along just great. A longtime supporter and friend of ours, Brett Lyons, up in Tennessee at Lyons Metal Roofing, Piney Flats, he said he would.
Time for everyone to call and send them emails and tell them how horrible Hovind is. Not that they care, but it'd be nice to let them know repeatedly. Make sure the message gets through. So, I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just saying we're watchdogs for the greater good.
Would donate all the metal to finish the ark, the roof. So please come help us get the frame up there. You guys, if you know how to pound a nail or put a screw gun and screw in, well, come help us, okay? So here we are, the 14th of, no, it's the 8th of May. Move that over. It's Thursday. Never mind. Okay. Let's see. And, right. July. Oh, we're going down to the Noah's Ark atheist rally.
Going down to, given that it's like 600, 700 miles north.
What do you want to rally for? They don't believe nothing's real. Anyway, go help us to Kentucky to help the atheists see the light. That'll be 6th of July if you want to come. It's right between Lexington and Cincinnati. And
hey, Nubifire, if you're blind like me, that sign's illegible even if you're standing right up next to it. My vision's going downhill faster than something going really quickly down a hill. Sorry, I always do that now. I always make that joke, and it just breaks down in the middle of it. So, just whatever you want to imagine. Remember when Homer tried to jump Springfield Gorge to prove to Bart that it was dangerous to do, and he thought he was going to make it, and he couldn't make it, and then he fell? That's kind of how my vision's going. I think it's getting better. Nope, it's going to shit.
Louisville, right there, the Ark Encounter. Go there. Okay, now listen, students, don't be afraid of any professor who.
And yes, Laura, he said screw gun. Don't think I missed that. I caught it.
Gives you proof for evolution and try to destroy your faith. They're everywhere, okay? Listen to them carefully, and you will see that all they have.
I didn't mean to pause there, but I'm going to take this moment to point out Hovind's a big dumb doo-doo head. There. Gave that pause some justice. I'm sorry, I'm extremely tired from the work week. Today was hell. This whole week has been hell. Recall, I unloaded a whole goddamn truck myself, thus putting in more work in one day than Hovind has put in the past 10 years. Yeah, I'm a little tired. Today sucked. But, move forward. Let's keep going.
Is a stupid religion of evolution. I'll share with you one tonight, okay? Call me for help. I'll be glad to help. If they tell the professor, look, professor, it's kind of unfair, professor versus student. You got an academic advantage and a psychological advantage, and you give me.
Notice that when Kent says this, he treats academia as if it is explicitly a debate, as if you are there to challenge things. By that logic, then, he should be challenged by anyone on anything he says, because in this case, oh, Hovind, you're a preacher. We're lonely sheep. Like, all seriousness, he's got this double standard going on. It's always double standards with these people, where you can't question him, but you're supposed to question every person in academia on shit that we're far past. It's just wild.
Me a grade. It's called Kent Hovind. I'll debate any of them anytime. In front of their whole class. 855 Big Dino, extension 3. Well, tonight, because I was so busy today, I said, let's pick an easy target. I don't have a whole lot of prep time. Simon Dan, you win again. You really think you're a science man?
Yes, he is. And I also want to note, as those in my Discord have noticed, that while he is not very active on Discord, because unlike me, Simon Dan has a life. Gotta stop with the self-deprecating humor sometime, but today's not the day. popped up asking, hey, where's Hovind been putting videos? And I'm like, hey, here's his Rumble channel. I did that like immediately at the middle of work yesterday. He was like, thanks. So it's like, yeah, if Simon Dan puts out a bit more Hovind content, I helped with that. So you're welcome. Dan's a great guy. Really actually need to make some time to talk to him more, but I don't like bothering people. You know? And I feel like, we could chat, but I don't want to just take up his time. But it's just so funny that Dan is now the new default. For a while it would be randomly AJ or it'd be R and Raw, but now it's like, I got to go back to Simon Dan or creepy blind man. It's like he just takes these open mics as an opportunity to do another whack and atheist because that's all he's got. He can't turn it into a Bible lesson. See, it'd be great if he just would read another passage and then at the end turn it into an open mic thing, or just make it a proper open mic straight up, but no one calls in, so he has to do all this filibustering and preamble for who knows how long. Even when somebody calls in, he never gets around to them. So it's Hovind. What do you expect? I just got to point it out.
You're not, Dan. You don't know the first thing about science. Science is what we can observe and study and demonstrate. We don't observe any of the claims of evolution. But let's talk about Simon Dan. Let me go over here and get him on. Let's see, right here. Good. Okay. Now I got to come over to hit a button someplace. I think it's right here. Listen to Simon Dan.
Or you could press the space bar if the YouTube player has priority, or K. You could try that, Hovind. Let's note he's logged into his account here because, he still has an account. They're not posting to it, but he still has an account. That would be the Kent Hovind Official 1 account.
Talk about how dumb I am. Is that it? Yeah, let me go back to the beginning.
Lots of people talk about how dumb you are, and you're demonstrating it here. If you had any kind of, this is what's weird. People say Kent has charisma, and he kind of has an anti-charisma. He has a personality about him and a type of charisma, but it's not what people want to say it is. He's very awkward about everything, and I am too in a lot of ways, but with Kent, it's just way, way different. It's that lolcow charisma.
And then I'll go, there we go.
In this case, old man fails to use a goddamn computer. He can't just fucking press play.
Audio, okay.
We all know that Kent Hovind loves to whack an atheist. I cannot...
Sweet zombie Jesus, the audio is actually good. What the hell happened? The audio from Dan is perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just witnessed a miracle. In all seriousness, good job, Joseph, for getting everything balanced. I don't know what you did. I don't know what was wrong, but you nailed it. I hope these settings don't break. Everyone, round of applause. Seriously, I'm impressed. All right, let's continue.
I'll tell you how many times I've appeared on that series, but it's a lot. And recently, Kent has decided he wants to improve his reach as he attempts to debunk a Vox video which shows proof of evolution. Now, Kent, of course, cannot stand for that, so he decides to debunk it. This should be fun.
Then he goes into his commercial for 2.5 minutes for all of his shows.
Oh, yeah, like you don't spend the first 3 minutes begging for donations or people to buy your crap. Why? Why are you going to nitpick this? Number one, welcome to YouTube post-adpocalypse. Not that I give a flying fuck about the adpocalypse. I say if your life relied on YouTube that much and that stuff affected you that badly, then you fucking fail as a content creator. Sorry, I seriously hated seeing people bitch about it because these were the same people who were like, who whenever smaller creators lost the ability to earn without meeting certain criteria, or other issues were just present with small creators, they just whine about it. And we're like, oh, you do it for fun. It's like, okay, you guys do it for fun. But I'm not here to be an asshole to spoiled ass brats who don't understand, that they're the causes of these problems. In all seriousness, yeah, everyone's getting sponsors. I wish I had a sponsor. It'd be fucking great. If anyone does, want sponsor or knows somebody, let me know. I'll make it happen. But you mad because nobody will sponsor the Kent Hovind show? You mad, bruh?
Let's see. Let me go up here. Can you read it when I get to about 2.5?
Joe Cool, the only thing of importance you missed is that I have a turtle to the left of me. No, I'm not kidding.
All right, about there. Okay. Frank, you can't, well.
Wrong. So he's going to debunk it, apparently. Let's fact check him as he goes.
This is supposed to be evidence of evolution, proof for evolution. Put your finger and thumb together, put your hands up, and then slowly raise your hand up and see if you get a line to show up on one of them. How many of you get a line to show?
Now, Mapleson, I would not go that far to say that. I almost wanted to go with that joke, but no, I'm not gonna go that far. Even joking about Joseph. And what's so funny is this is, we're watching Hovind react to Dan watching a Hovind video. That's a Hovind video that we've watched, because I think this is the Vox video from forever ago. Feels like only last week.
Show up like that right there on the left. See, that's proof you're related to a monkey. That's the line of thinking here.
Well, actually,
Good context from Billy. Technically, it isn't a commercial. It's a sponsorship. Dan is legally obligated to produce something for it. Kent wouldn't know nothing about legal things, though. Then Otaku with some, nitpicking that I can also go with. What is a sponsorship if not a form of commercial? It's like, fair, but different nuance for stuff, Hovind is doing more of the infomercial kind of crap, whereas Dan's, got his little sponsorship going on. Do we want to turn this into talking about advertising, or do we want to laugh at Hovind? I mean, we could do either one, but I ain't got the energy to discuss advertising concepts. Also, fuck capitalism.
Research has showed that this particular muscle, which actually around 15% of people do not have, gives you no real advantage in grip or arm strength. And scientists have found that that muscle is actually present in many of the mammal species alive today. But it's most developed in those that use their forearms to move around, such.
Most mammal species have that special muscle in their forearm.
Yep, but not all.
That little line on the wrist. 10 or 15% of humans do not have it. The rest do. And to him, that proves we're related to monkeys. Dan?
The reduction to absurdity you do on, there's one thing proves everything. It's like, no. These are individual little factoids that when you look at the big picture and what the actual evolutionary model of biological diversity says, they're concordant with. They work with it. They make sense in the context. And in some cases, only make sense in light of evolution and not via any other methodology. But, you want to look at a car and see that, because you're obsessed with nuts. The nuts on the car will fit on this other car. That shows how they're designed. They're intelligently designed. So, everything's designed. You can go both ways, Kent. Except your shit is actually only that deep and is that stupid.
I see almost no hope. Maybe there's hope for some of your followers, okay? I see almost no hope for you. Let me explain it to you here.
See no hope for you, and Dan doesn't need anything explained to him. Except, where Kent Hovind was posting, because Dan has more important stuff. So it's like, hey, would someone do that research for me? Hey, Yamato's got the answer. Let me just post that. Hey, solve the problem. That's called teamwork. That's what happens when you have friends, Kent. Remember having friends? Remember having family? Big Bad Mama uploads a short recently about Kent talking about his Ika stones. We mentioned that, or we covered that one when we watched the video like the other week where he brought those up. And one of the clips Big Bad Mama put into that was him complaining about Eric still having the ones down in Pensacola. It's like, tough shit, Kent. You shouldn't have alienated your son.
Let me go back to my slides and I think it's right here.
I go back to my slides. I can't do this stuff off the cuff. I don't know my own damn points, Hovind.
How do I get over there? Okay. Evidence for forearm muscle evolution. Evidence for evolution in
all we're getting now is just chat GPT queries that Kent puts in. Like, I have to be reminded of that's what this almost always is like a chat GPT or an AI summary or something when it's formatted like this. It's I like using AI. I shouldn't call it AI. I hate that. Large language model, predictive text systems, because that's basically what it is, very advanced predictive text, to summarize things, to assist with things. It's incredible that what amounts to very advanced predictive text can write code, customized that will, depending on the, language being used, work. It sucks with COBOL, but oh man, I have had it give me so much awesome stuff that just worked straight up. But it's so funny that Kent will just do this, and that's what he'll roll with to react to, which is fine. I forget where I was going to go with this. I'm sorry. I just completely lost my train of thought. It went Amtrak over the Mississippi River kinds of off the rails. We're going to move on. I'll come up with it eventually, maybe.
forearm muscles. It'd be the flexors on this side,
I am way too tired to be doing this.
the extenders on that side. The extenders extend and the flexors flex. Okay. Can be seen in the presence of the palmaris longus muscle. This muscle is present in 85 to 90% of humans, but it's missing in around 10 to 15% of people, indicating it is becoming less necessary as our lifestyle changes. That is not at all what it indicates, guys. This is propaganda.
Yeah, it is. In cases where a particular individual has a gene that will result in a diminished example of that muscle, it's not selected against by the environment because it's no longer critical. And so it's able to continue to diminish because those genes causing the diminishment pass on. This is how it works. Small incremental changes over time.
Again, I will get in a minute. Okay. The muscle's variability and its presence in lower primates. Wait a minute. What's a lower and a higher animal? This is kind of like Adolf Hitler. Oh, never mind. Okay. And other.
World War II historians aren't as obsessed with Hitler as Kent Hovind is. Because, I'm not saying Kent Hovind's a Nazi, but Kent Hovind, he's a Nazi.
Other mammals suggest it was once more important for climbing. No, guys, stop and think. If 10% of the population has lost a muscle, that is not example for evolution.
Except it totally is, Hovind.
That is an example of degradation. Something went wrong in the gene code. It's a lack of information, not increasing information. Okay.
No. Once again, your construct of information in genetics, I reject. And your entire understanding of what any of this means is, even granting that information concept, still fundamentally wrong.
Suggest it was once more important for climbing and other activity, but its function has diminished over time, supporting the theory of evolution. This is pure propaganda. It doesn't support any such thing. You guys are so desperate for any evidence for your
Because Hovind's the arbiter of reality.
dumb religion.
There it goes, playing automatically again. Is it just me, or is Hovind more pathetic than usual in this one? I don't know. Something about the vibe. It's just like he's. I don't know. He doesn't stroke out at the end of this or something, does he? And I'm just not aware of it.
You'll jump on anything. Yeah, there's proof right there. This is stupid, real stupid. Okay. Other example is the flexor digitorum superficialis muscle, which has variable absence in humans, suggesting it is also undergoing evolutionary changes. No,
Hovind's brain is atrophied.
Suggesting the gene code is degrading. It's not evidence for evolution. Here we go. The palmaris longus is a long muscle of the anterior forearm. It extends from the, you're a nurse. Did they teach you this stuff in school, that this is evidence for evolution in nurses training? It extends from the distal humerus, that's the upper arm bone, to the root of the hand, although it can be absent in 10% of the people. Together with the pronator teres and the other muscles of the, it belongs in the superficial flexors of the forearm. So 10% of the people don't have it. Okay, somebody probably had a government grant to go around count people. Here, put your thumb and finger together. Okay, give me my $50. Okay. Let's see.
I don't even need to comment. This is just too absurd today. I don't know what it is, but it just... Man, you're pathetic, Kent.
Why is it so hard to build robotic hands? Despite the gradual progress that researchers are making on robotic control systems, the basic concept of autonomous manipulation may be one of the toughest nuts the field has yet to crack. Pretty tough to build a hand that'll do what your hand will do. By the way, it takes intelligent design to build the robotic hand.
That juvenile way of talking. Hey, Kent, if you paid your taxes, you wouldn't have spent 9 years of your life in federal prison. If you weren't a piece of shit, you would have friends and family. Oh, wait, you do have friends. Friends that are pedophiles. You sick fuck.
You guys think there was no intelligent design for the real hand, which is much more complex. Let's see. He said, shortly after I endeavored into robotic research and started designing my first grippers, I sat down with a bunch of random stuff and played with it while watching what my hands did. Just pick up different things and see what your hand has to do. Frankly, it's pretty mind-blowing. Seriously. If anyone reading hasn't done it yet, sit down with a pile of random objects and just pick them up and do things with them while watching your hands and think about how to build a machine that does what you are doing. Just to pick up this little heart, which is made out of a bunch of layers of paint, and to roll it around, manipulate it.
Manipulate the Hovind. Woo!
Build a robotic machine. And then tell me nobody built a machine. Let's see. Think about how to build.
Should go without saying, but I'll say it again as a formality. That is in no way, shape, or form what is at all being... The only person bringing such ideas up of, oh, build a machine, then say no one built the machine, is you. Because you have yet to actually demonstrate that the natural world is somehow not natural.
Build a machine that'll do all that. Imagine building a single machine that does all the things. Hands are way more amazing than most people realize. Appreciate your hands sometime. Robotic hand. It is 78% off, and it's still $11,000. Down below, you can see it was $50,000 for a robotic hand, a glove. They don't happen by themselves, do they? And neither did your hand. The human hand. Here are some facts you may not know about your hands. 34 muscles, 27 bones, 48 named nerves, and at least 123 ligaments in each hand. Human hand is known for its ability to carry the...
Yeah, Otaku, that's an interesting point, is that you can take the entire information set and come to the complete opposite conclusion that, yeah, it's evidence for evolution because we can't actually create something like that. The complexity seems very emergent from simple processes rather than something spun whole cloth like the Bible implies, like creationism implies.
The entire weight of a human body on just a few fingertips. Furthermore, about a quarter of the motor cortex of the human brain is devoted to controlling hand muscles alone. Yet, despite the ability to handle all kinds of complex tasks, There are actually no muscles in your fingers. They are controlled by the muscles and tendons located inside the palm and forearm. Each hand has 48 named nerves and at least 123 ligaments, further emphasizing its complexity. It can perform a wide range of tasks due to the combination of bone structure, muscle groups, and neural control. Complexity of the human hand is reflected in the brain's motor cortex. So these things just don't happen. Dan, I know you're devoted to the religion. You're really a devotee. I understand. You love your evolution religion, and you're going to defend it against all comers, and I look like the bad guy. Dan, you've been really duped. I'm sorry. You've been brainwashed. Seriously. You know what your hand can do? Here, tell you what. Build a...
No comment. No comment. Oh, is Kent going to show someone with talent and someone with skills doing something?
A robotic machine that can do this. Watch this guy play the guitar. Right here. Let me go back to the other. This one, I just Googled what's the world's fastest record for playing.
This is pathetic. Even with Hovind, there's nothing here. He's weak on all fronts. I wonder if he's going to be better tonight. Probably not.
Get it? No. Here, is that it? There. Watch this guy. He's playing at 1,600 beats per minute. The Flight of the Bumblebee.
Amazing. Kent knows what BPM is.
Great song, by the way. My brother used to play that on the trumpet. And that'll get your tongue tangled up and get your words away. Try to get, okay, watch this.
I think we should have one more.
The fuck even was that? Oh, you know, I kind of wish we could see the dislikes on that because it's probably through the fucking roof.
Can you build a machine that'll do that, Dan?
Yeah, actually. That'd be trivial. Trivial for people in the engineering field, I should say. But, you know, again, it doesn't matter because you're just going to be like, see, it takes intelligence. Tornado in a junkyard, Hovind.
You think because some people have a line on their wrist and some don't. Nobody designed the hand. You'd have to go to college for years to be that stupid. Somebody designed the hand, Dan.
I should note that that is most definitely going to be the thumbnail of this video. What?
I happen to know who he is. Know him personally. My friend, my savior. Okay. So I'm sorry, Dan. You're simply mistaken about the human hand coming from. Too many buttons open. Here we go.
Yeah, that was. I don't even know. I don't even know what you could call that mess.
This guy said, I absolutely despise Kent Hovind. You forgot the N, Hovind, okay. So I get excited every time I stumble across a new video debunking his despicable buffoonery. Another great video, Dan. Thanks for sharing. Thank you. You exposed my despicable buffoonery. Well, I tell you what, Stripe, why don't you call in and schedule a debate? 855 big.
Debate me, bro. Debate me, Hovind. Yes, because internet debates are the be-all, end-all, Hovind. What is fucking wrong with you? Do you think that's the be-all and end-all of reality? That decides fact? You're a fucking idiot. You're not worth anyone's time. The only reason anyone should is if they want to exercise their patience to the absolute maximum, maybe get a little bit of self-promotion in there, and otherwise just have some fun.
Dino extension 4 Joseph, book them, okay? Any of you atheists, I'll debate any of you or all of you with half my brain tied behind my back just to make it closer to fair. I'll tell you what, 3/4 of my brain tied behind my back, okay?
Some shit a middle schooler would say, elementary school kid would say. This is a 72-year-old man saying that and thinking it's cute, thinking it's funny.
And one eye closed. I'll still debate you. There is no evidence for evolution.
Can you debate somebody without your stupid slides? There's the challenge, Kent.
It's a stupid religion. You guys fell for it. I'm sorry. I'm here to help, okay? I'm really your friend. I'm making fun.
I paint myself as the good guy. I'm the one helping. You can't be mean to me because I'm the one helping. You're not helping anyone, Kent, except yourself.
Of you because it is stupid, hoping to wake you up, okay? This guy said, I used to be enmeshed in that religion and thought Kent was doing great things. When he went to prison, I stepped back and thought maybe he wasn't such a great person.
Ding, ding, ding. That should be your first clue. There should be no one following Hovind, but sadly there still are.
You need to go to February 1st on all my different channels.
No one cares about your fucking Trump letter. He can fuck off just like you.
My open letter to Donald Trump. Just watch that. Tell me what I did wrong to go to prison. Cynically skeptic.
You failed to follow United States tax laws. That's simple.
Okay. If you're really skeptic, why don't you be skeptic of what the government did to me? Are you skeptical of that? Oh, no. Okay. I'm now an engineer, nuclear.
Yeah, S'mores, I don't think that's coincidental either.
And can emphatically state Kent is a lying weasel grifter. I'll tell you what, cynically skeptic, that's pretty serious charges. I'm calling you a liar. I'm none of those. Prove me wrong, okay?
Lying weasel grifter, you lie all the time. You very much try to weasel out of things, and yes, you run a grift. Those aren't accusations, fucker. They're facts. Also, Hovind's a Nazi. Prove me wrong, Kent.
Call in, schedule a debate. Show me specifically.
Yeah, I'll debate you on whether or not you're a Nazi. Would you want to do that, Kent? Because I'm taking the affirmative here, so I have to prove you're a Nazi. You're a Nazi.
Be specific now, okay? Because you are the liar, okay? Let's see. Who doesn't understand or care about the basics of the sciences he pretends to talk about? Oh, really? Well, call in. I'll tell you what, I've done lots of videos. You can get my video on basic introduction to physical science, which I taught for 15 years. Yep.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
My introduction to earth and space science, which I taught for 15 years. Get these videos. Let's see. Introduction to biology. Tell me where I'm wrong, okay? Introduction.
Okay.
To algebra.
Also, $150 goddamn dollars. Go to hell.
I've produced a lot of videos. I want to help people understand these things.
Hey, I've produced a lot of videos too.
And everything about all the branches of science supports the idea, come on, there, that we're designed. Now, if you wish to believe in evolution, well, you can believe what you want, but that's not science. It's a religion. Anyway, where did I go here? He's the worst of the worst and is despicable from a science standpoint, morality standpoint, and even religious standpoint. Well, cynically skeptic, you're quite a slanderer. Why don't you call in and be specific? Give me the specifics here. Don't just a generic charge.
Generic charge. Be very specific. Fight me, bro. Fight me. Literally everything you do. That's kind of the point of why I follow your crap the way I do. To perpetually demonstrate the fact that it is consistently lying, grifting, scummy shit, cementing together every other person's video on you. Where those are little snapshots, isolated pockets of any individual thing, I've compiled a real-time reaction library of the past half year or so of your random crap, amongst other people's stuff. And it all points towards what Cynically Skeptic here says being absolutely spot on.
Hard slap and run. Show me something specific, okay?
Slap and run from the guy who's yelling at YouTube comments.
This guy said, I much prefer R and Ra's debunk of the video. I've rewatched those videos many times. You believe R and Ra, you really are lost. Okay, the blind leading the blind, okay? I asked Aaron a biochem question once. He said he's not versed in biochem. In short, all he has is this bone looks like that bone and that bone looks like this bone. Nothing evolves unless the biochemical makeup changes. Even a cursory knowledge of biochem will demonstrate changes in DNA are bad. Are there any mutations that add information to the DNA? Amber, when you were going to nurses training, did they?
Yeah. Billy, your videos are a perfect example of being very specific. Very, very specific. Love it.
Show you any beneficial mutations that added information? Did they show you any mutations that made things go bad? Diseases and stuff from mutation. Some people get genetic diseases or defects. Yeah.
Or you can have the ultimate genetic defect and be born Kent Hovind.
Okay, it has to be proven that DNA formed by accident.
Wow, that was an autoplay that tripped right on time. I'm trying to see if it's like my itchy mouse button. It's a little overly sensitive. But no, it's just auto-firing.
I agree. Let's see. Maybe you should get rid of your evolution friends. Good idea, Tippy Song. One more. Evolution is not a religion. It's a well-supported theory. Well, tell you what. Who did this? Chris Newman. Call 855-BIG-DINO. Schedule it.
Baba Ali, very good point that if one wants to quantify DNA as information and ask about new information in the gene code, duplication explicitly qualifies. In much the same way as copying and pasting the word cat in a Word document has now created new information.
The debate. We'll let you go first. Show me how evolution is a well-supported theory. Show me any evidence that supports it. Okay? Okay, brother, that's it.
Also, in that last little line right there, show me the holes. Sounds like a come on. Not accepting, buddy.
My questions I got.
What?
Shut all. Oh, I got to drag this back, or I'm going to have to stay up all night trying to drag it back from my bedroom. Okay, let's see. All right, once I get over here, now I can shut it down. I got it figured out, brother. All right, go ahead. Big-brained individual.
Who the hell is this? Well, here's where the fun begins.
Whoa.
How's it going?
Can't hear him. Let me get my headphones here. There, I'm sorry. Start over. Go ahead.
How's it going, Kent? Can you hear me now?
I can barely hear him, Joseph.
Can you
crank mine up? See.
crank your volume up, buddy?
I don't have any snare in my headphones. Need you to turn up the snare.
I am maxed
Crank
out
it
here.
good. Someone help Kent with his audio issues.
I didn't hear what he said. What's that?
Can someone help Kent with his audio issues, please?
Oh, he's got it. I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Oh, good. Yeah. So how's it going, Kent?
Man, I'm overworked under.
Oh, never ask Kent how it's going. He's going to say the same shit. Overworked, underpaid. You don't do shit and you make all the money yourself. Eat a dick, Kent.
Paid, way behind, dead tired, totally broke, but I never complain. Never complain. It's wonderful. God is good, but some of his kids drive me nuts. You know what I mean?
We all complain.
My bedroom. I guess it's not his and Sandra's bedroom anymore. Good one, Billy. What do you have to drag out of his bedroom? He had a joke somewhere in there about dragging something from one room to another, referencing dragging the window from one spot to another, but it just, Soviet Luigi. Seriously. Comrade Luigi, there are trouble in the plumbing. Okay, Mario. I will get to it when Stalin allows me to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I got kids staying on me.
Productivity quota must be met. It will have to wait till next year.
So my question was about evolution and the fact that you talk all the time about wanting debates, but it Yeah, I don't know. It just comes off kind of hypocritical.
Yeah, I'll debate it. I'll debate
because
any evolutionist
you have
anytime.
like 200.
Oh man, I wish Big Brain was had a better connection going on, all the cutouts and such. I mean, you can even look at his restream window, and it's coming through like rough. So actually, maybe the issues on Kent's side coming in, which is interesting. Then that their connection would be that drastically different asynchronously, but I don't know. I don't know how Starlink works. All I know is bullshit.
Like
Listen, okay, why do you have some,
Jesus
you have
said
some
to
evidence for
listen.
evolution?
Well, I mean, if you sort of presented that screen of the hand bones, like
You're
a
breaking
little
up
weird.
real bad. Hang on, I'm only getting every other word. You're breaking up bad. I misrepresent something. What is it now?
You misrepresented the hand, the hand stuff.
I did. What? How did I
The
misrepresent the
hands,
hand?
you know, the hand. Well, I mean, that
Like the
article,
hand.
it was obviously specifying that, like, you know, lifestyle changes are happening in the world. Like, we're not as active as we once were. And, like, that's evolution in
Are you
action.
saying?
Like, yeah, it's good
Well, now
evidence.
hold it.
It's good evidence.
Some
Ask
people in
Amber.
some societies. Now listen, some people.
You know how it is, Comrade Zach. We will increase production at the end of the month. We'll take all the garbage resources, produce the units we need to, and then people will avoid buying them. We are single-handedly sabotaging the economy and not even realizing it. Go Soviet Union. That's what happened too. That was a thing with the production quotas and the like. To meet quotas, they would rush at the end of the month. And so it was customary to try to buy products made at the beginning of the month rather than the end, because those would actually be made to quality, whereas the ones at the end were likely rushed to hell and back just to meet the quotas. Don't get me wrong, there's things about the Soviet Union that have very positive opinions of. Very interesting stuff here and there, but the system didn't work. It just didn't work. Their implementation of communism did not go the way it could have. So they fucked up.
People in some societies are not as active, but there are many people around the world that are still extremely active with their hands. There's still tribal people around the world that are very active with their hands, survive day to day. Why don't they have anything? Where is the
Well,
best evidence for evolution?
they're the majority, though. I mean, that the 85% was the article.
Okay, well,
The 15% is probably like westernized world, if we're gonna be real. Like that,
well,
they're
hold
still
it.
the majority.
Hang on. Now listen, if you've got the big brain, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Hovind. You suck.
Is 10% of the people losing a muscle in their forearm evidence for evolution?
Yeah, because you know that's a
Oh,
biological change in the body. Like, I mean,
it's
you're
a
just
change.
kind of being disingenuous, which I get. Like, I ain't gonna be mad at
No,
you, buddy, but
calm down, calm
you
down.
ask
It's
a
a
loaded
change.
question.
It's a change in the negative direction. So if you lose everything, you
The negative direction. I didn't know that was a direction.
finally have it all.
We know
You
it's
should run for
negative.
Congress. Oh, run for Congress. Help those guys borrow their way out of debt.
Well, not just being disrespectful.
Oh, good. Well, I'm saying losing a muscle.
Oh, good. Well, thank you, BBI. You are one of us. If you ever watch this, say hi. Let's get in touch.
Muscle in your forearm, which has to come from the genetic code. Lines missing in
And Zach, you get it right.
the code that makes that
How
muscle.
do you know it's genetic code? Like, what's your source for that?
Well, all of our muscles and bones and everything, our whole body's designed and
No,
built
no,
because of the genetic code.
I'm not asking about that. I just want your source. Like, where'd you read that?
I don't recall.
Is it just me, or are all the pitch shifted sections from bit corruption? Does it sound like this is some demon from like the pits of hell and doom or something calling in? It's using a voice changer to sound like a normal bro, but randomly you get to hear pure evil come through. That's what I hear.
I've read thousands of books, but listen, obviously,
So you're
everything
just
about
making it up, is what you're saying. Like,
you
that's
don't
pretty
want to listen to
disingenuous.
you. You are.
You don't want to talk. I'm going to shut you down. Holy shit. As usual, Claude was right on exactly how this would go. What a prick. The moment Kent is confronted, he runs away. What a fucking coward. Hey, Kent, I think I might run a little call-in show tomorrow. I might, since Seth is unavailable, I might do a reality check solo. Why don't you call in? I'll devote the whole reality check to you. I might not even make it a reality check. I might just do another Kent Hovind is objectively a terrible person. Prove me wrong.
Uh,
Or I may just title it God is a Dick. Prove me wrong.
you need to change your name, small brain, okay? Listen, the muscles of your body are built as you develop inside the mother's womb because of a genetic code that they're following.
Because of a genetic code that they're following in the womb. The womb. I don't know what the hell a womb is. Is that Elmer Fudd talking about the buffalo woming the fields?
Everything about your body is built because of a genetic code. And if somebody's missing some lines of code, that's called a mutation, and something is missing. Missing a muscle in your forearm is not an example that's going to help the evolution religion. Try again. Okay, who else we got there? Joseph. No, I can't hear you. What now? I don't need them. Okay. What are your thoughts on the 13-month theory? I don't know what that means. 13-month.
You're supposed to be such a religious expert and you don't know about the 13-month theory? What a dickbag. Hey, I don't know what it is either, but I don't claim to be an expert. This moron on Facebook wouldn't be asking unless it was obviously relevant to your theology.
But I don't know the theory. Only 12 on my calendar. Okay. By the way, all of you that are upset, please call and schedule a debate. I've only had...
Debate me, bro, debate me. Hey, why don't you call and schedule me, Kent? Go on. You got my number. You don't, but there's ways of getting in touch with me that are publicly available. You and your clowns can do it.
388. I want to get to 1,000 before I die. Help me, please, okay? Please help me. What?
Hell, I might as well get another text now number and just give that out publicly and just say, fuck it.
If we paid them $50 to do the debate, Joseph, would that help? Your wife sees the books. I don't know if we can...
See, Kent, now you're talking my language because that would cover my expenses of the therapy I'd need after wasting the brain cells arguing with your retarded ass. Oops, sorry, I said the R word. Oh well. My audience knows I'll drop that from time to time, but I'll only ever use it to describe you and other very special cases that are indescribably inhibited because I use the word properly. Because you want to retard human progression. You wish to inhibit us as a species. You're shit.
You got that much to offer. How about 25? We'll pay you $25 to debate me on this channel. Okay?
All right, get in touch. That'll cover my fee. You'll get 1 hour.
All right.
Since my fee is $20 an hour currently.
Any more? That's it. Okay. Well, if you believe losing a muscle in your forearm is evidence for how we got everything, I don't see much hope. Okay, I think the cheese done fell out of your sandwich.
All right, pathetic reduction to absurdity on one little point being made in the video versus the entire concept of evolution that you still just strawmanned either way. Pathetic.
I think you're a few fries short of a Happy Meal, okay? I don't think your elevator...
Got any more? Oh my... Pause, like you got any more of those internet jokes? You know, these idioms from the past 40 fucking years. Oh, there he goes with another one. We get it, Kent. God, someone who never matured past the age of 12.
It goes all the way to the top. But, okay. 855 Big Dino, extension 3 to talk to me, extension 4 to talk to Joseph. Joseph, I give my phone number out all the time. I'm getting several calls probably a week where people call, curse me out, and then slam the phone down.
Oh, poor Hovind. And he gives his number out, his 1-800 number that, they pay for every call on, unless they have one of those unlimited kind of setups with the service provider, in which case, whatever. But, I'm not saying you should charge Kent 10 and 20 cents a time when you call him, but that could be the case. It's part of why I don't have my own 800 number. 1-800-BIG-DILDO. No, we do not sell dildos. This is the emergency Yamato contact line. Please, I don't answer the phone. I ain't answering shit. In the phone project I'm in, I've got a goddamn business office number. The phone is on Do Not Disturb. I have been here with it ringing, and I've been like, I am not answering it. I know who it is. I know why they're calling. It is nothing but they want me to be involved in something. And because I don't want to deal with the other humans, I'm not going to answer. I don't mean to be an asshole, but that's what my kind of anxiety causes. And my phone aversion, which is a fantastic quirk for me to have, given that I really like phones. Love the tech, hate using them. It's a business call, I'm going to die. If I got to go to a doctor or something, I'm going to die. I ain't going to make that call.
Of course, they don't realize their number shows up on my screen.
What was that, though? She?
So, anyway.
Also, it's really easy to, have your number be hidden when you make a call. And the call still authorized through shaken stirred because it is a known valid number. It's just the CSAM information. Is it CSAM? No, CSAM is something completely different. Oh my God. CNAM. God. Yeah, caller ID name. Good God. We're talking about Hovind, so that must be some level of Freudian slip right there. Holy shit. You can't make that kind of fuck up. The CNAM information from the original service provider still shows as valid, so usually those will pass shaken stirred and not be treated as immediate spam. My doctor's personal phone goes like that if she has to call me for one reason or another, and it goes through shaken stirred protocol even though it's a blocked number. But I know it's her when that happens because, one, we've been having communication issues, and two, it's at the right time. So, I know that's her. I know it's not spam. That was a hell of a mistake. Yeah, it was. But seriously, I'm going to type it in. CNAM. You look that up. That's your caller ID thing. So, what a way to end a stream. Flub like that. Oh, let's see some of your things. Some of your comments. Kent, there's no evidence for you. Just stick your fingers in the ear and go la la la. Oh yeah, la la la. I thought it was lee 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 for a second. Kent never aged up past 7. Personal insults are so Christian, very much so. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Heard a rumor that Sandra has a boyfriend, but not 100% confirmed, but interesting. I don't wish any luck to her, but I wish her the best on getting on with her life. Yeah, hopefully. Sorry, I'm not laughing at that. I'm just still tripping over that flub. Oh, man. Yeah, and that's gotta be so much spite to Hovind, and that probably if that's rumor is true, that might have been the catalyst for him to take the ring off. Does Kent want more calls per week? Good question. Doesn't matter who it is. If it's true, it's an upgrade. Sorry, I had a big yawn hit there. Looks like he's about to sing off key and way low like he does. Yeah, he really does. Oh, Jesus touched me inappropriately.
Call me. Really, we're here to help. Okay, small brain. Listen, God loves you. He would like you to accept Him as your Savior, and go to heaven. There's a God, and you're very
Citation needed.
Very fortunate he loves you in spite of the things we do, and he wants to save you and forgive you. I deserve to go to hell, but I asked him to save me 56 years ago now. He's my savior.
And if there is a hell, you're still going there anyway. This. You think this is an attractive speech, and it's not, Kent.
I'm going to heaven because of what Jesus did, not because of what Kent did. I'd be in trouble if I got that. Okay, that's it, brother? You're the man. Well, thank you, Timothy. Appreciate that. All right, tomorrow night, same thing. Guys, call in again. Get some evidence for evolution. Besides missing a muscle in your forearm. Dan, I'm sorry, Simon, Dan.
Hey, Kent, give me some evidence for your God or anything in your religion beyond some book says a thing.
I didn't get to your whole prayer program, but thank you for playing a lot of my videos on your show. All you atheists are doing that, and thank you. We appreciate the advertising. Did you see the video, Matt?
Jesus loves the little children. That's why we should call the feds.
Powell just put up about thanking the atheists for putting his stuff up on their show. Ha! Love it. Good job, Matt.
Y'all think you're so cute with that. As if anyone watching it's gonna take you guys seriously. You're fucking stupid.
But thank you. See you tomorrow.
Drop dead, Kent. All right, so that was Hovind. We finished that up far more quickly than normal. And yep, by the time you see this, you will have known that he sure did, Zach. Yeah. Not all PR is good PR. Not all publicity is good. Man, we finished that up way quicker than normal, only an hour in. Well, be sure not to call Hovind and let your CNAM leak, or he'll send you back CSAM. It won't be him. It'll be Chris Jones. Chris Jones hijacked my phone. That's why. Chris Jones is the source of the giant granny panties that were in the bedroom. Hovind. Sorry, yawns are coming on strong. I'm going to play some Guild Wars and then get my happy ass to sleep. Try to wake up early tomorrow and work on a few things. All right. Okay, so it's been a hot minute since I've done this, but if you are not in my Discord and you want to be, as soon as the damn program actually loads on my ancient ass computer and I generate an invite link, I'll share it. Here we go. Slowly but surely getting itself together. Editing the invite link. Invite's going to be good for 30 minutes. Generate a new invite link. Copy that link. Going to go down here. Click in the wrong window. There's the right window. I'm going to go boop. Boop. There you go. If you happen to be not in my Discord and want to be, there is a link good for 30 minutes. So, hop on in and prepare to be stupid. Because there's nothing serious going on there. Almost want to call Kent. I'd get too emotional. Just call them names of actually making arguments. Yeah, you got to prep yourself. Like, you really got to hold back because he is so thin-skinned. I mean, that's his prerogative. Let's be real. If he doesn't want to take this stuff, but he plays so strong, yet he's so weak. That's always the problem. But again, Hovind is nothing but weak. That's all there is to it. Wouldn't get banned at first. I'd probably call him stupid during the discussion and then get banned. Probably. It's probably what would happen. All right, these yawns are getting crazy, so I'm gonna hop off. Like I said, play some Guild Wars. If you ain't in Discord, shared the link. If you are there, I'll be around. Y'all know the drill. Catch everyone tomorrow. Don't know what we're gonna stream, but we're gonna stream something tomorrow. I feel like streaming a lot this weekend, so See what happens. Much love. Later, everyone.